What if I told you that right now you have toxic metals in your brain that affect how you think, how you feel, and how you perform? But you think it's your fault. You have a lack of clarity, low energy, and you have this brain fog all the time. But that's not the case. These toxic metals are pretty much unavoidable at this point. They seep into our bodies and interrupt our flow of energy. They disrupt the signals in our bodies, causing our bodies to perform at a lower level than what it's capable of. Then you start to think this brain fog, this low energy, this lack of clarity is normal, but it's not. It's interference, and today we remove it. This is Eat to Evolve. These toxic metals like lead, mercury, aluminum are pretty much embedded into our society, and they are very difficult to avoid. For one, you got your boy Bill Gates on a mission to block the sun, spraying these chemtrails in the sky with aluminum in them to reflect the sun rays because global warming supposedly. But we also got aluminum leaking into foods from like canned goods. Certain foods aren't supposed to be in metal because they cause the metal to leak off into the foods. And we also got things like industrial waste causing more metals to be forced into our environments. So the question is, how the hell do we get these metals out of our bodies? So I'm finna break it down. Pull, bind, and remove. First step is to pull. We're gonna use cilantro. Cilantro pulls these toxic metals from our tissues and have them ready to go somewhere else. But the problem is you can't stop there, because if you just pull them from the tissues, all these metals are now floating around in your bloodstream, and they can just redeposit somewhere else and cause potentially more damage, more harm. So once you pull, you have to bind. What we use to bind is going to be chlorella or spirulina. Chlorella will bind to these toxic metals and prepare them to be flushed out of your body. Because like I said before, if we do not have something to bind to these metals, they will float around in the body and find another home. And then our final step is to remove. And by that, we simply hydrate. You want to hydrate as much as you can. And you also want to sweat if you can. If you have a sauna available, or you want to go on a run, any type of exercise during this time is good. Make sure you are thoroughly hydrated so you can easily flush all of these metals out of the body. That's very important because, like I said before, you don't want these metals to linger around in the body for too long. So as you can see, it's actually not too difficult to get these metals out of our body. This is definitely something you want to do on a regular basis though, because like I said, these toxic metals are embedded into society, so we're constantly exposed to them. But as long as we are ejecting them periodically, then we will be a lot healthier in the long run, because these metals do cause damage to your organs. They disrupt our frequency, not only causing brain fog and a lack of energy, but also hindering our spiritual connection. Like I just dropped a video on telepathy in the new show Hidden in Plain Light, which I'll put right here. But yeah, these metals hinder our ability to tap into these quote-unquote supernatural abilities that are really not supernatural. They are a part of the human experience, but we're not experiencing them because we have too many things in the way blocking our connection. And heavy metals is a very big that's one of the biggest ones that's interrupting our frequency to where we're not able to tap into these abilities that we have. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Eat to Evolve, and we're gonna be back. Much love. I'm out.